Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thanks for joining, and if you have been here, thanks again for coming back. Hopefully this video won't be too long. Today will be about the Coach Jean-Michel Basquiat collection, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name properly. The T is silent on Basquiat at the end. I did look that up. Jean-Michel Basquiat was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. He was famous for American graffiti art. He did start on the streets of Harlem in Brooklyn, New York. He was a graffiti artist, an oil paint artist. He collaborated in the 1980s with Andy Warhol between 1984 and 1985. They collaborated on a series of artwork combining both their works. Andy Warhol's in screen paint or screen print, and Basquiat in painting. They did have a long friendship before Andy Warhol passed away in 1987, and then a year and a half later, Basquiat passed away in 1988 at the tender age of 27. This video, before I show you my items that I purchased from the collection, I wanted to give everyone a background of the Basquiat, Jean-Michel Basquiat, the artist. Basquiat. So there were two auction houses in New York City, Christie's and Sotheby's. I hope I'm saying that right. That their artwork was auctioned out of. Basquiat's paintings and artwork sold for millions, as well as internationally. He used the crown. He depicted the crown on a lot of his artwork, and a lot of people don't know what the crown meaning is behind his art pieces. And what that means is he used it to revert the stereotype of how black men were depicted in history. He depicted, or wanted to depict, black men as kings on purpose. So the purpose of the crown was so that they were recognized as majesty, or being influenced, or famous, or important. He initially started out using the signature SAMO, S-A-M-O, which means same old, you know what, in Manhattan. He was also a friend to Keith Haring, who also passed away. He was an artist as well. Coach has done collaboration with Keith Haring's artwork as well. His work sold for millions, like I said, at the auction houses. Jay-Z also has purchased a Basquiat painting. It's titled Mecca. It was from Basquiat's artwork in 1982. Jay-Z purchased that painting in 2013 at Sotheby's for $4.2 million. Mecca depicts a New York landscape, and in the artwork, the word empire across the top of it, with the artist's signature with the crown. Basquiat used neo-expressionism, which was a form of art in the 1970s, which collided into the 80s with the political, racial, and rap culture, graffiti culture of the 1980s. And if anyone knows anything about New York City, 1980s went through a lot of changes in the 1980s in New York City. So also when Basquiat painted, he crossed out words in his art. As I read it, it stated so people could see them more. It makes people want to actually read what he's writing. There is a book about his art that he did. There was a lot of art that he did that was pre-fame art. And that book is called, I think, Hey, 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 or Hey, Hey. That was actually artwork that is based off of work that he did before he was famous. So I'm going to show you the pieces now, and I'll actually explain what the verbiage on the pieces are. Hang tight. Enjoy the video. Okay, everyone, let's start with the pieces that I purchased at the outlet after I found the main piece that I have to show you. The first two items are card cases. One is a smaller card case with the key ring, and the other is a larger card case. The smaller card case, these are both leather, pebbled leather pieces. The first card case has a ID section on the front or on the back, whichever way you choose to look at it. And it is micro suede inside of there. And on the front, there are 2 card slots that are regular material inside. There's a key ring or key chain if you want to put a set of keys on. It has a gold top, gold zip I should say. And inside is like a micro suede. And there is the Coach Creed in there. Hopefully you guys can see inside. And then on the other, and then this one is a little bit smaller. This one is. And then on the other, it's New York City on the front. On the back, it's extra card slots. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. As well as a slit area. And that is just material inside. It's not micro suede. And then the zip section is black as opposed to it being gold. It's a black zip section, but the black does match the black on the front. And inside, it's actually leather. It's leather inside of there instead of micro suede. Hopefully you guys can see inside of there. So let me explain. Hopefully I'll remember. And if you hear me switching a page or two, I'm trying to get my notes because I was trying to remember everything that I had studied about his artwork. On the front of this one is, of course, New York City. There's his crown symbol that he uses. There's Empire, of course, for Empire State of New York. Or it could also indicate being the empire wearing the crown. And then on the front of this card case, there's microphone. Microphone depicted was a depiction of one of his arts entitled Man with Microphone or Man with Mic. And then here, the eye. He also had some oil art paintings or oil art pieces that depicted a man with 2 eggs that looked like eyes. That was eggs and eyes. He also did pieces called One-Eyed Man or Xerox Face. So that's what those could indicate or symbolize from some of his artwork. And then on the back, there's nothing on the back of this one. On the back of this card case, there's anti-product. That was representative of one of his art paintings, his oil pastels. He started out selling postcards with oil, postcards on the street to friends or people that he knew or didn't know. So that's why you see a lot of black. He used oil-based oil pastels and oils on white paper to do postcards to begin his career on the streets. So that's those 2 items. And then the next item that I received, this is the Basquiat Cleo bag, Kleo. And this one I actually got on a great deal. It came down, I believe it came down to $105. At the outlet, I believe it was $175 originally. I didn't mean to get it on a deal. It just happened that way. But again, I wanted to ensure that I knew what the meanings of these pieces were before I purchased them. So let me go into the detail of, or I should say the explanation of what the sayings mean, and then I'll give you the inside of the bag. On the front, it does say, hey. There is a book of his, Hey or Hey, Hey, Hey. That book is about his pre-fame artwork. He did a lot of art that is in that book that was not even put out at the auction houses. I don't know what John the Revelator indicates. I forget. That may be representative of a play of some sort. I forget. Look that up if I'm wrong. The Savoy, written right here, was a ballroom. It was back in Harlem in the 1926 to 1958. It was where musicians went for music, entertainment, and people went for dancing. Right here where it's very, very tiny, tiny, tiny. I hope you guys can see that. Billy's Bounce. It's one of Basquiat's arts, oil on stick paper, or oil stick on paper, I should say. And then tiny, tiny here is Charlie Parker. He was a jazz artist, a jazz musician from 1920 to 1955, or he was born 1920 to 1955. And that's who Basquiat listened to quite a lot, as well as other jazz artists and other eclectic artists. If you know about Dizzy Gillespie, that is Charlie Parker era. Um, Here, there's Hey 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 again, representative of his pre-fame artwork in a book. And then here's Superior. I'm guessing, because I didn't look that up, that's about being famous and being superior, representative of the crown again, the crown that he depicted in much of his art. And here is the Pez, or the dinosaur. It's an artwork of his featuring the Pez dispenser. So I'm glad I know what these represent on these pieces. Now let's go into the actual bag itself. On the back, there's a slip pocket. I've already tested it with my case. My foam does fit back there, and it's micro suede. And then on the side here, there is a wristlet, which can be removed. And I like that it's like a lizard print, kind of snake print. And it's attached right here to this very, very, very tiny ring right there. And there's very official. And then it does come with a chain, which I'll show you once I open the bag. The bag does have a magnetic snap. It has 3 sections, which again is micro suede inside. I like the Coach bags that have micro suede inside. Something about it to me. There's 1 section. There's 2 sections, and there's a 3rd section. And if you were to add these card cases, they would fit, as well as a phone. I've already tested it, so I know that it fits. And it closes. Now I'll show you the chain detail inside. I know some people don't like the gold chain. It doesn't bother me. I just like chains in general, whether they're antique gold or gold. So in this case, this is a gold chain. It's thinner than some of Coach other bags. And it actually can be this long to, see, it like connects this way. Instead of having the little catchy thing, I forget what that's called. It connects this way, like this, to become a double shoulder strap. See? So you could wear it like that, or you could wear it long way. Or you could actually take the whole thing off and wear it with the wristlet. So this is the Basquiat Cleo bag, the card case, and then another card case or card holder. What I'm going to do is now unbox or unbag the larger item to show you how this whole process started for me and why I wanted these pieces to go with the large piece. I'm going to unwrap her and I'll come back on. Here she is, y'all, my beauty. Basquiat Rogue 25. This is the bag that started it all for me getting the other 3 pieces that I just showed you. I purchased this bag probably 2 months ago now. I did purchase it in the pre-loved market. However, you should have seen the amount of packaging that came out of this bag. Look, it was packaged brand new. I got it for a great, great price. But that wasn't the important part for me. The important part for me was obtaining a piece of his collection, in the collection, that depicted his art in the best way possible for me, knowing the meanings behind the artist and what I was buying. The front of the bag does have the empire like the little card case, and it's raised. And then here the crown is like a glittery silver, and even the antenna here is a glittery silver, and everything else is black or yellow, and it is raised. And on the back of the bag, there's that postcard look again, the anti-product with his name. This definitely looks like a postcard with a stamp, and the stamp is glittery silver and it's raised. And then on the sides, it does have very, very, very good amount of features on it. There's the hay again. There's some of his, I guess, art or graffiti work. There's the Savoy again listed. He did depict skulls and things like that. This is not a skull on here. To me, this looks more like a cross, but you know, I could be wrong. I'll look that up just to be sure. But it's just so many details of this bag that I love. Coach is there like it normally is on the zip part. And if we go back to this side, it does say, is that plot? I have to look up what that means. I don't know what that means. And then there's the Revelator again, and some other, probably some of his oil art again depicted all on the bag and on the inside. I just think it's very detailed. It's a beautiful bag. I'm going to go ahead and take the stuffing out. I'm hopefully you've seen this bag already somewhere on YouTube. Again, this is the Jean-Michel Basquiat Coach Rogue. And on the inside, oh my goodness, look at that beautiful, luscious gold suede, micro suede in there. And it is lined in leather here with the one slip pocket on one side. And this side, it's kind of like a little, not a pocket, but like a little slip here. And inside is that gold. As with all the Rogues, or at least the new ones, I believe they all come with this long, thicker strap to cross-body it. I'm definitely not cross-bodying the bag. I'm short, so I will be using these two handles to make it either shoulder length or carrying her by her top handles, because as many of you know, I love a great satchel bag. The handles of this bag are kind of like a khaki color or neutral color. And on the hang tag, it's the same color as the handles. And it does say Coach Jean-Michel Basquiat. Hopefully I'm saying his name properly. And on the other side of the hang tag is, of course, the Coach horse and carriage. And on the bottom of the bag are the feet, as on all the Rogues. When you unzip it, it does have a zip on each side, double zip. There's a Coach bag, as well as it's like that linen material inside, like the normal Rogues come. So I do have, I believe, 2 more pieces of this collection coming. One is the zip case, which is in this color. And I think I ordered the sunglass case. I believe I did. So when it does come, I'll give you guys a tour of those pieces. But again, I wanted to make sure I got the right pieces to go with this beauty, which started this all on my Jean-Michel Coach Basquiat collection. That is the Rogue 25. This is the Cleo. And of course, I have 2 other pieces, which is the card case and another card case. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys, if you now want to look up his art and look up the background behind Jean-Michel Basquiat, and know how his work was depicted, understand his work, Know what you've purchased. Know what you will be purchasing if you haven't bought any pieces yet. And, know what you're carrying. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, always do great for yourself, do something for someone else, and always do something to make you laugh and smile each and every day. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.